All right, so ladies, are modern women entitled on first dates, in your opinion? We'll start here and then work our way.
And then why?
I didn't hear the whole.
Are modern women entitled on first dates? Yes or no?
I think so. I definitely think so. I hear a lot of like, I need to be impressed. Like, no, you just show up, get to know somebody. It's nice if you get to go to a nice place, but I absolutely think it's kind of atrocious to think that a man has to tap dance for you just for you to give him a shot.
All right, what about you?
Poppy stick.
He's setting that expectation because.
Hold on, we'll give you a chance to say your point. Do you think modern women are entitled on first dates?
I do. I think that the man should kind of demonstrate his ability to make decisions that are good for them or her. And he should put effort and time into picking the place, and she should feel special that day.
Is it a man's? Are you entitled to feel special though?
Well, I think if a man wants to date a woman and he's asking her out on a first date, then he needs to create like a really nice experience for her, because that's why he asked her out on a date.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I think that's like kind of almost two separate things. I mean, yes, a man should put in effort, as we should put in effort in showing up and making sure that we're, bringing our best self to the table. But I think entitlement kind of implies like you got to really pull out all the bells and whistles and make this like a night to remember. And I don't know that that's really necessary.
I think that a woman is just entitled to not choose the place, have the place chosen by him, and not pay for it.
Okay, so you don't think so? All right, so you don't think they're
It doesn't seem super entitled.
All right, what about you? Do you think modern day women are entitled on first dates in general?
I think that they are, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
What do you mean by that?
At least women are usually always on social media. We kind of compare a lot of things that we want. Like, for example, with proposals, everybody's always saving all these crazy proposals because they want that. So I feel like a lot of women see other women post certain things and they're like, if it's not that, I don't want it.
Okay.
And I don't think that a guy always has to spend a bag to give you a good first date.
So women are okay. You think the entitlement they are, and it's social media contributes. All right. What about you? I know you had something that you wanted to say. Do you think modern day women are entitled on first dates?
Yes, because if not, then what?
Okay. So you think they are entitled, but but it's valid.
If you're not going on a first date, then what are you doing?
Okay. So you feel that they should be entitled. They are entitled and they
Yes.
should be.
Yes.
Okay. Why should they be?
If you're trying to pursue a person, why would you not take them on a first date? And why would you not want to do something special and memorable for them? I always say people should date within their tax bracket, and they have their standards, and they have whatever it is.
I mean,
that
if we use
they'll
that logic,
accept.
most women don't make money to even date rich guys. Then, if we're going to use that tax bracket
Who
logic,
says? According to who?
most women don't make as much money as the guys that they're trying to date.
According to who?
Biology and just in general, women want men that make more money than them.
Okay.
So like, I just don't. I'm like, I mean, even in your situation, your guy's not in the same tax bracket as you. I mean, your guy's not the same tax bracket as you, which is why you're able to stay home and take care of the child, which is good. But I'm saying like that, I don't understand that logic.
No comment.
That's
Just your perspective. That's just your perspective.
But my perspective is how you live your life. That women don't date in their tax bracket because men make more money than the woman that they're with a lot of the times. That's what women find attractive. You're saying a woman should date in her tax bracket, and in my head, I'm like, what? Like, most girls
I said
don't.
people should date within their tax bracket.
But do women actually do that?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because like that doesn't even apply to you.
Some women do.
Yeah, but most women date men that make more money than them in general, or prefer it. So is it really dating in your tax bracket?
Yeah. Because before, you don't know what I did before, who I was before.
Sure. What were you doing before?
No
If we want to
comment.
go into this conversation.
We don't need to go into
Scammers.
that conversation.
Scammers.
So you're telling me when you met your guy, you guys were making the same money. That's where your belief system of being
I'm
in the
not
same
saying
tax
anything.
bracket comes
I'm
from.
not saying anything. You got it.
What the
Love of God.
bruh? It's obvious.
Go back to your initial question.
Yeah.
Is this your show?
It can be.
Do you know where you're at?
Yeah.
I think you need to like. I'm not your. I don't know if you talk to him this way, but this is not that dynamic. You need to tone back the. I don't know whose show you think you are. If you think that this is your show or whatever, this is my show. I ask the questions. I'm open to dialogue, but need to be respectful about it and answer the questions that are being asked. And if I challenge a point that you make, I mean, feel free
And
to either change your mind.
I'm respectfully saying you got it. Like I
You
understand
don't
your
make sense,
perspective.
is what I'm trying to say.
And I understand your perspective.
asking
and
you
I
to
see what you're
clarify.
saying. And I said no comment because I'm not going to speak on what I did before.
No, I'm not saying that. I asked you before, are modern women entitled on first dates? And then you said yes, and they should be. I was like, all right, cool. And then you said you need a date in your tax bracket. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because most women don't date in their tax bracket. And I was asking you to explain. You couldn't articulate. Instead of saying, oh, you got that. I'm
I
like,
said,
what does that mean?
No, I said that I'm not going to speak on what I did before. I said you don't know that.
That came after the fact. But I was asking you, like, that doesn't make sense because most women don't
Are
date in
you
the tax
just going to
bracket.
keep on saying what I didn't do when I'm telling you what I did say?
I'm talking about in general, not you. You brought it back to yourself. Man,
Castlevania.
bro, it's
Wow.
incredible. If you're gonna make a point, ladies, be prepared to defend what you say. If I'm asking you to clarify, like women typically don't date in their tax bracket. Let's just be honest here; they just don't. They date a guy that makes more money than most of the time, or want to date a guy that makes more money than them. And then what you're saying is like you should be entitled to an experience. Well, for a guy to provide you an experience, a lot of times he has to have excess resources. So by default, a lot of times if they're providing you an experience, they're probably not in your tax bracket. They probably make more money than you significantly.
Not
So
everyone,
it's like,
not everyone's a scammer, by the way, or drug dealer. Not everyone. Just saying.
I mean, y'all don't even
Maybe
pay
they have
taxes, so
a
how do you know what your tax
podcast.
bracket is?
Hmm?
But anyway, you were saying something?
She's trying to be smart.
What'd she say?
Say it.
You heard me.
What'd she say? I don't even.
This isn't as
Maybe-
cute as you think it
maybe
is at all.
Nobody's trying to be cute.
Yeah, you're trying
you don't
hard and
like
it's not
it,
working.
If you don't like it, you don't need to listen.
You're in my ear. Sorry. God, how do you do this?
I don't
How do
know,
you
man.
fucking do this all
Yeah,
the time?
I don't know, man.
Yo.
You're a Christian?
Yeah, I'm not Jesus. Trying.
Christians say fuck. It's okay.
It's wild, bro. All right.
Yo,
Anyway,
that's scary.
just yeah.
That's scary.
You need to tone back the attitude though. Like you really need to tone it back. I'll give you a warning, but like you need to chill out. Like I'm not your baby daddy. Don't talk to me crazy.
You're not my baby daddy. I don't know why you're making comments like that. Like, if you want respect, you give respect.
I'm giving you respect by asking
we're
you a question
agreeing
and
to
asking you
disagree.
to clarify.
We're agreeing to disagree.
You can't even
We don't
articulate your
have
point.
to-
There is no disagreement. You
we
can't
don't
even
have to
articulate your
speak on
point.
this topic anymore. You can move on to the next person.
Who
But
shows it?
you're
Who
dragging
shows
it
this?
out.
Who shows this? I was
You're-
just about to move, and now you want to like shut up when I'm talking. Like if I'm gonna, I was literally gonna just move on, but you had to get in the last word. This isn't your show. It's not your platform. You're here as a privilege. And again, I'm not your baby daddy, so you're not gonna talk to me that way. Period. All right? No, shut up. Don't even say it. I don't care.
Is there any
I don't care what you
reason-
got to say.
Is there any
I don't care what you
reason
got to say. Be quiet.
for you to talk
Be
like
quiet. Be quiet. Oh, then get the fuck off. Leave.
Perfect.
that? You're
Even
mad.
better. Even better. I'm not mad at all. You're very disrespectful. You're very rambunctious. And again, I'm telling you what I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate the fuckery. You can leave. Exit. Incredible.
Praise Jesus.
We're not here to have low IQ retards that want to hurt the show, that can't even answer a simple question and or clarify their points. Fucking moron. Anyway, where are we at here? Okay.
She thought I was cute.
Bro,
Bruh.
get the fuck out of
Come
here,
on,
man.
man.
And spicy. What the fuck? Well, I don't like spicy food. Get the fuck out
I
of here,
told
bro.
you Puerto Ricans are crazy, bro. I told you.
Nah,
Who's
not
watching
even
our
that.
backs?
She's just, bro. I've dealt with plenty of
Somebody
Puerto
in
Rican
there?
chicks, man. She's just a retard, bro. She's just a retard. That's what it comes down to. Dumb chick that can't articulate her points. Whatever. Okay. Are modern women entitled on first dates, in your opinion?
Yes, and I do feel like sometimes it is justified and sometimes it is just very unreasonable.
Okay, and the times where it's justified, what do you think makes it justified?
Depending on, say, how the guy that asked the woman on the date is, let's see, carrying himself, or if it's one of the guys that, if they invite you on the date and they're just like, hey, if I do this, this, and this, I expect certain things afterward, you know? And then sometimes with that speculation, girls get a little hot-headed, like, oh, if you expect this out of me, what you did for me, this and the third, and it's just, and then they start asking for everything and beyond once it's being said that, like, hey, if I take you on this date and you agree, let's go here. After this date, I want something. I've noticed that usually it's when it's that demeanor, that's when girls are just like, listen, you need to do something for me, because what do you mean you want something from me? You know, like, I just agreed to get
niggas
food.
doing that for real? They be telling girls, I want to smash from the very beginning.
Just
like
because you accepted to get food. Like, that happens often. And then I do.
Some tricks want their money up front.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about directness. God
And
damn.
I think it's because of that directness that's become a pattern. A lot of women have became like prone to being just kind of set to dealing with that. Yeah, very much.
Okay. I mean, that's crazy though.
All right. Interesting. Okay. So you're saying it is justified on some situations based on what the guy is asking in return.
Yes.
Especially if it's like sexual or something like that.
Mhm.
So the women are going to be entitled to reciprocate the guy wanting sexual access immediately.
Yeah, I feel like it's just matching his energy. If you want to ask for crazy things, then she's going to as well.
Okay. And what about you? Do you think modern women are entitled on first dates in general?
I'm not sure that I even consider myself to necessarily be a modern woman.
Okay.
I think what I've gathered, maybe just through social media, yes, I think they do find themselves to be quite entitled. But I think maybe it has to do with the environment that we're in, too. This is South Florida, and this is a whole other animal down here. So I think that sense of entitlement carries through the culture here.
Okay. So you're saying it's do you think it's present just in Miami or all over?
I'm sorry, I can't speak on other cities.
Okay.
I haven't dated in other cities.
But you think it's something from your experience here in Miami?
From my experience here in Miami, South Florida, yes.
Okay.